Hello, this is Anime Vision, and if you have not seen my previous video about the videos, then you need to go back and watch that. This is part 3 to What If Deku was the only guy with a quirk. So, let's jump right into it. So, Deku's sister, Tsukiji, she is, let's see, she is, I trailed off for a second. Okay. She's only 1 year younger than Deku. So what I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna say Deku didn't start until, I'm gonna say Tsukiji, her test grades are high enough for her to be, jumped up a grade. Or her birthday is, on one of those days where she was able to start school, but she's a year younger than everyone else in her grade. So either one, you pick. So she's going to try and get into UA at the same time as Deku and Uraka. So they all train in the forest while the house is being built. And every day Inko was becoming more and more just angry at Deku. And she's basically she's just so mad at him. She thinks it's his fault that she did not get to raise him. She basically has the same mentality as Endeavor. But the fact that Dory had, imagine Deku's Todoroki right now, and say if Endeavor thought that Todoroki was, Endeavor thought that Todoroki was quirkless and abandoned him, and then found out years later that he has the quirks that he does, and he's pretty much he'd blame Todoroki for that. So that's what Inko is doing. She's the same mentality as Endeavor. Nothing's her fault, and nothing's her fault, it's everyone else. And she wants to be the strongest. So, I think I said she's the number 4th hero or 3rd. But anyway, Deku, he will be, let's see. So, Deku, while he's training, he's learning how to control the elements he can use better. He does have the control. Well, he can breathe fire, but he can add another element onto it. He only can use lightning right now. He can use void when he gets really mad, but only then. And pretty much, whenever he's learning how to he learns how to use his fire, it's not as strong as Tsukiji's, and she has more control. She has the ability to cover herself in fire and ignite the fire around her body, giving her her body's able to ignite in fire. It doesn't harm her one bit. It actually increases her strength. And Tsukiji also has the ability of heat sensory, which Deku does not. He does know that he can hear faint heartbeats, and he can kind of sense the electricity off of people, but he can't really, he can barely even sense that, so he tries training that. As well as he got his fire slightly hotter, but Tsukiji, her fire is 20 times hotter. He got his lightning, his lightning up to such a high amount, such a high enough power, that it's no longer like the way it was before, like how it just crackle a little bit, and it's more of an intimidation tactic. He can actually shoot it around and control it. He can't do complex shapes, and he can't get too far away. He can go up to, he can manipulate the lightning up to 30 feet away from him. I think that's too high or too low. I can't remember. My mind's just drawing a blank right now. I'm tired. Can't remember stuff. Let's see, what else should I do? Oh yeah. So Deku tried doing he learned how to do the armor up thing better, like where he covers himself in scales. But he learned that even though he has a mix between both of his parents' quirks, that certain advantages are taken away out of both, such as Inko, whenever she uses, she could always use her void and electricity up from 400 meters, from 400 feet, up to 400 feet, since she got her quirk, and she immediately got to start off with it. But Deku can only do 30 feet, and pretty much can only use void when he's super angry. He also learned that Tsukiji can go into a full-on dragon mode, and it boosts her strength by a lot. So, and add her fire and everything, Deku's kind of feeling like he's taught her, after teaching her the wings and the tail and everything, and the claws, she just did a full-on transformation. But no matter how hard Deku tries, he cannot do the full-on transformation. But he keeps on working with all of his lightning attacks, and he devised a new thing. If he can't cover his body in fire, if he can't do a full-on transformation, he decided to start doing more attacks. Like trying to learn new attacks. So one day, he was trying to control the shape. And it was just the lightning just became this little line, and it was kind of going around like a snake. And then a few weeks later, Deku made it bigger. The more electricity he uses, the harder it is to control. And it just goes, and he controls it, and it looks way better. Then then the next day it has a giant mouse with fangs. Well, the week after that, the head looks like a dragon. And he calls this the lightning dragon attack. When Tsukiji saw this, she thought that was really cool. So she devised her own little special move. And pretty much... Oh. I just got like 90 notifications. She devised her own special move. To where she goes on her full-on dragon mode and combines like the full-on dragon mode along with her full body flame, and it just made her strong, and it just made all of her abilities better. Oh yeah, while she's in full body dragon mode, or if you all got a better name for that, tell me in the comments. But whenever she's like that, her fire gets hotter. She gets way more strength, and she gets way bigger, but she can only hold that form for 3 minutes. So, oh yeah, just think about a red fire dragon if you're trying to picture what that looks like. And Tsukiji made that in one day. And oh yeah, the full body fire mode allows her to move faster, and projectiles can't get near her without catching on fire. Also, I'm gonna give her the ability of letting the fire burn. If she doesn't want it to burn someone, it doesn't burn them. She can't manipulate the fire, but she can say how much she wants it to burn someone, whenever it touches them. So Deku just kept on making new and newer attacks. Whenever he made daggers out of lightning, and he could hold them and move them around. Tsukiji she found out that she could make the claws she had. She could set them on fire. She could set certain parts of her body on fire at a time. She didn't have to make her whole body go on fire. And then she found out she can make more jagged scales around her body. So then she kept on and then she found a roar whenever she's in her full body form. She has this really loud roar that's pretty much like one of Jiro's heartbeat distortions, or I think that's what it's called. That I don't know the exact name, but it's like heartbeat something. It's like one of those. And Deku can't do that. But he got an idea from the full flame. Well, from the. I'm gonna call that incineration mode. That sounds cool. So Deku, well, he's devising a new sort of attack. He's using lightning to go around his body, but it's only in its first stage right now. Lightning just kind of crackles around his body and only gives him a very minimum amount of strength. Think of full cowling. Like that, but it only gives him like half the boost at 5%. Oh, I guess you could say it would be the equivalent of 2.5 or 1 for all. Like that's how much bonus he gives them. But his all-together strength, well, with the full-on scale transformation, pretty much means that will pretty much makes his strength about, along with that lightning ability, makes it 30% 1 for all. That's the equivalent. But Tsukiji in her full-on dragon mode would be, along with her flame body, would be altogether 45%. I know I'm kind of making them OP, but I want them to be rivals. So, Uraraka during this time, I'm gonna say she has met All Might, and the Sludge Villain thing happened to her, and I'm gonna say it was Tsukiji that got caught up, and she was making flames go everywhere. I'm gonna say they all go to the same school now, but Uraraka saves Tsukiji, and All Might gives her 1 for all. So this time she's been doing a whole bunch of training. And see. Now cut to Inko. So she has been getting very mad that about Deku. So mad, she doesn't want him to succeed anymore. She does not want him to succeed. She wants herself to be more powerful than he will ever be. But she knows that he's slowly becoming as powerful as her. Minus the void thing. So she thinks as long as she keeps her, as long as he can't access the void stuff, then she will be okay. But she has a meeting with, she has a meeting with someone that will help ensure that if they ever fight, she will win. In fact, she's in meetings 2 people. But whenever she meets one of them, she's very surprised. And says, and whenever she sees them, they go. So Deku isn't the only male? Well, isn't the only guy? Has a man with no face. Just with no eyes, just grins. And says, so do we have a deal? And that's where I'm gonna leave this off. Yay! Until next time. Goodbye.